All right, here we are. Welcome to the official episode 8 of Xaybeast Live. There was some confusion yesterday. If you tuned in yesterday, I planned to do episode 8 yesterday, and I went live last night. No one joined, and everything about the stream just went wrong. So yeah, but we are here now. This is the official episode 8 of Xaybeast Live. I'm feeling good. I have an entire layout of notes and everything for today's show. But first off, I'm going to let a few more people join so that we have some people to really engage in the discussion with. Real quickly, I do want to apologize about the quality of this particular stream. The picture quality shouldn't be too bad. However, I am visiting some family, and therefore I'm out of town. I'm in a different state, which is why I don't have my signature background. This is all I got right now. I have no idea what's casting that shadow right there, but it's this. I'm going to move this. There we go. Here we are. Now, this is going to be a very exciting stream today because we have a lot of movie news to cover, a lot of things that have happened over the past week that I'm going to be covering. Some certain things that you may be shocked that I'm not covering. I will get to those in another video. But for right now, I'm just going to send the word out that I am now live. So let me go to my story over here on the Instagrams and delete that and then replace it with the notion that I am now officially live with episode 8 of Xaybeast Live, which will be going much better. Live now on the Xaybeast Studios YouTube channel. Bam. Tune in for a great film discussion. Bam, bam, bam. Send to my story. Bam! That is now on the story, and I'm just going to get right into it because we have one viewer here, and that is enough to get started with this discussion. Let's get started with the layout. Now we are going to be covering the most recent movie news of the past week. I did not do a live show last week, and that was due to the unfortunate passing of one of my favorite actors. That's why I did not do the live show last week, but here we are with this one. So that's why I'm not going to be covering movie news that happened the week, like last week. I'm just going to be covering the movie news that happened this past week. So let's go ahead and get right into it. These are in no particular order. I just researched the biggest movie news of the past week and I jotted all the stuff down. All right, so first up we have The Batman is rumored to follow a very similar style and tone to David Fincher's Seven. Now, this really excites me because despite the fact that I have not seen Seven, I know enough and I have seen enough to know that that tone being brought into a Batman film should be something that we are all extremely excited about. Let me just make sure. Okay, I want to make sure my audio is working. So it really excites me. I am really like that. That is just incredible. The director, Matt Reeves, cited the films Chinatown and Taxi Driver as two of his main inspirations with the Batman film, which is also great. But there was a video, and that's exactly what this article was about. There was a video that was released on YouTube of a side-by-side comparison between the Batman trailer and the trailer for Seven. And there are some shocking similarities. So what we are going to do now is I'm going to screen share and I'm going to pull up that video. if I can find it. And we are going to watch that video to analyze some of those similarities. So let's look it up. We are looking it up now, and we are going to see what these similarities are all about. All right, I will start sharing my screen in a second so that we can view this video. Full disclosure, I have not seen this, so if there is any profanity, that is entirely by chance. But let's take a look at this video now. Let me share my screen. In case you are just joining, apparently there are some striking similarities between the trailer for The Batman and the trailer for Seven. And don't worry, I'm going to fix that crap in a second, the thing that the screen share is doing. Let me just pull it up on my phone so that I can still see the chat, because I want to be able to see the chat and everything. All right, let's view this video, everyone. The side-by-side comparison with the Batman and Seven. The side-by-side comparison of those two films just by the trailers. So we are going to do it now. Let me zoom in. All right, here we go. Here it comes. I have not seen this. It's side by side. Wow.
From your secret friend. Underneath the bridge. Who?
This is pretty similar.
Haven't a clue. Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
Wow. This is extremely similar.
You're becoming quite a celebrity.
Yeah.
Why is he writing to you? If you are justice, please do not lie.
Oh my, dude, this is really similar.
The price for your blind eye. The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
Wow.
This guy's crazy.
Okay.
You are part of this too. How am I part of it? You'll see.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and stop the screen share now, and let's talk about this. So just in case you are just joining, I'm covering some of the biggest movie news of the past week. And one of the things was that video was released of a side-by-side comparison of the trailer for The Batman and the trailer for David Fincher's Seven. And Matt Reeves, the director of The Batman, has cited Taxi Driver and Chinatown as two films that he is drawing big inspiration from this for The Batman in regards to tone and style. He did not cite the film Seven. However, that side-by-side comparison of the two trailers, the tones match very, very much. And again, I have not seen Seven, but I'm very much aware of the tone and how dark that film is. And because of that, the fact that these trailers look extremely similar excites me, because that means that the tone of Seven is going to be very much apparent in the Batman film, which really excites me because I want this film to be dark. I really hope it gets that R rating, so that they can really go to that level of darkness that Batman's life would logically be filled with. But so yeah, that was really cool, and that was a genuine reaction. I have already seen the Batman trailer, but that was my reaction to the comparison. All right, next up on movie news of the past week, we have James Gunn was not stopped from using any DC characters in The Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad is the title of the new Suicide Squad film that will be coming out. And a couple weeks ago, there was that little reveal thing where it revealed all of the characters and their various costumes and everything like that. It was a really good video. I'd strongly suggest checking it out. I reacted to it on episode 7 of the Xaybeast live show. Mr. Movie says it looks great. Yes, the Batman looks amazing. I am so excited for that film. But those side-by-sides comparison with 7, it really does shock me how much the editing is really similar and things like that. But yeah, the Batman looks amazing. I'm super excited for it. I really hope they get that R rating because, I mean, look at Joker and Logan and Deadpool, you know, like all these R-rated comic book films that are just insanely successful. People love that R rating. But back to the James Gunn was not stopped from using any DC characters in the Suicide Squad. That really excites me. He was given complete freedom to use whatever characters he wanted, however many characters he wanted. There's not really much else to discuss here. It's just cool that he's getting that freedom. All right, next up we have Tenet opens with an international box office of $53 million, the biggest opening weekend revenue of any film since theaters reopened. That is really cool. People were saying that Tenet was going to be the film to bring back movie theaters, and it definitely has. Opening weekend of $53 million, and we're going to talk about this later now, because that was just the opening weekend. Now it's been out for like a week or so, and it's drawn in just over $100 million. So it is definitely making a killing in regards to, like, just in comparison to like this whole COVID situation. With the COVID situation in mind, Tenet is doing extremely well, and I'm really happy about that. I have not seen Tenet yet because, unfortunately, theaters have not reopened where I am, but I really hope I get to see it in the theater. And if I don't, when I watch it at home, I will make sure to watch it on the biggest screen that I can find. But yeah, it's really cool that Tenet is making money. All right, next up we have a director's cut of Rocky IV is being released. It might be Rocky V. I'm kind of iffy on Roman numerals. I saw Tenet and it was great. I can't wait for your review. Oh, wow, you did. Okay, so that's cool that theaters were reopened near you. Did you review it? I haven't actually been getting subscription notifications from your channel. I've actually had to go to your channel to see your newer videos. It's not showing up in my my subscription feed. But it's cool that you got to see Tenet. That's incredible. And it's cool that you thought it was great. I am extremely excited to see it. Apparently, it's supposed to be really confusing, but that's fine. I love a movie that's extremely confusing as long as it's not being confusing just for the sake of being confusing. Like, I hope there is an actual logical explanation behind the confusing stuff. But yeah, so that's cool that you got to see it, man. But yeah, the next news was a director's cut of Rocky IV is being released. It may be Rocky V. I have it on here with the Roman numeral, and I'm really bad with Roman numerals, but I'm pretty sure it's Rocky IV. Because people hate Rocky IV generally. But it's cool that a director's cut is being released. I'm not sure what exactly it's gonna do differently, but it was on the list for movie news of the past week, so I just thought I'd throw that out there. But let's move on to the next piece of news. Next piece of news is we now officially have concept images for Denis Villeneuve's Dune. The original Dune film is not very good, and Denis Villeneuve said that he was only half satisfied with it. And so with his new Dune reboot film, he said that he wants to provide that 100% satisfaction that people wanted from the original Dune, but they did not get. Now, these concept images look amazing. I'm going to pull up the clip here on YouTube, and we are going to take a look at these concept images, which I have already seen. There will be a trailer that I react to later in the stream, and that's for another film, but we're going to look at these Dune concept images, which I have already seen. So let's pull this up. Let's pull up these concept images here. And I'm going to turn down the volume because we do not want that flooding it. All right, so let's take a look at these Dune concept clips and images that Denis Villeneuve has released. So let me go ahead and share the screen here so that you guys can see this. Bam. All right, let's head on over here, and we're going to take a look at these clips. And with no sound, by the way. Because a lot of these are images, some of them are clips, but it looks really cool. These costumes, this environment, it truly does look amazing. I love the visual style of it. Denis Villeneuve is truly a master filmmaker. I adore his films. Arrival, Sicario, Prisoners. He is one of the best directors working today, and these new images really are getting me excited for this film. The cinematography, the tone of it, I'm really excited. I'm fairly certain that this is going to be a much better film than the original 1980s Dune. And it was it definitely looks really cool. Really cool. Now, yeah, so that's basically general concept images. Now Mr. Movie commented, he said there was something for Dune before when I saw Tenet. Yes, I did hear about that. I forgot to list it on the sheet here for the movie news. But there was something for Dune, like a trailer sort of thing, before that was shown at showings of Tenet right before Tenet. Unfortunately, that has not been released to YouTube yet, so I can't really, comment on it. But I've heard that it looks amazing. They said they will release a trailer on September 9th. Well, that's cool. Let me see something here. Okay, it's September 6th. I'm going to have to do a trailer reaction video to that trailer because I'm extremely excited for this film. Denis Villeneuve is such a talented filmmaker. Arrival is easily my favorite of his films, but he's also done, I'm pretty sure he did Blade Runner 2049, and he did the Sicario films, and I think he only did the first Sicario, and then he did Prisoners and Enemy and Incendie. He is an extremely talented filmmaker, so to see him tackle this big sci-fi film really excites me, especially considering the fact that he did do Arrival, which is one of my favorite sci-fi films of all time, if not my favorite. Like, seriously, I adore Arrival. And so I'm really excited for him to tackle another sci-fi film that will apparently have much more action than Arrival, which also really excites me, because if you've seen Sicario, Denis Villeneuve can direct the heck out of some action sequences. He did do Blade Runner. Yeah, Blade Runner 2049, just incredible. Much better than the original Blade Runner, and I still like the original Blade Runner, but Blade Runner 2049 is definitely a better film, which is something you don't hear too often, because, well, it's funny, because Blade Runner, like the original Blade Runner, isn't really viewed as a classic. It's just viewed as, like, it's kind of hard, because some people think it's a masterpiece, and some people, like, freaking hate it, and it's like, I don't know. So if you're one of the people who views the original Blade Runner as a classic, then it is a really surprising thing for Blade Runner 2049 to have surpassed it, because very rarely does a reboot of a classic film surpass that classic film. But I think 20 years from now, Blade Runner 2049 is going to be considered the definitive classic Blade Runner film. All right, next up on movie news, we have Netflix launches free streaming of select original movies and TV shows, but just the first episodes of the shows. Now, that was a mouthful. Let me explain basically what that is. Netflix has decided to have a page for people who are not subscribed to Netflix to watch certain shows and movies for free, and for the shows, just the first episode of the shows, though. Like, for free. So the shows included here are Stranger Things, Love is Blind, and When They See Us. People who are not subscribed to Netflix can now go on Netflix and watch the first episode of each of those shows for completely free without having to get a Netflix subscription or anything. And then if they enjoy those shows, it's a marketing ploy. Like, Netflix is doing it so that people can see what these Netflix shows are all about. They'll watch the first episode and be like, I like that. I think I'll get a subscription to Netflix to, finish the rest of the show. And the movies that are now free to stream are Bird Box and The Two Popes, among others, but the biggest ones are Bird Box and The Two Popes. I have not seen The Two Popes yet. I have seen Bird Box. I actually think Bird Box is like a really great film. I haven't seen it in a while, though. I should probably rewatch it. But from what I remember, it was a pretty good movie. But it's cool that Netflix is doing that, despite the fact that it is very much a marketing strategy to just get more people to join the Netflix subscription, just to get more people, just so Netflix can make more money. But it is cool, Honestly, it's cheaper just to buy the Blu-ray box sets of Stranger Things and Love is Blind than it is to get a Netflix subscription. All right, next up, we have a new trailer for No Time to Die that just dropped the other day. I have not seen it. Mr. Movie says The Two Popes was good. Yeah, man, I'll have to check it out. I do have a Netflix subscription, so I will definitely be checking it out. But a new trailer for No Time to Die was released. I am extremely excited for this. Daniel Craig is an amazing James Bond, like the best James Bond we've ever had. So let me go over here and pull up the trailer, and then I will once again screen share, and so we can watch it. So, and this will be a live reaction. I have not seen this new trailer, so this will be my live reaction. That's one of the perks of these live streams. People get to see me react to things in real time. All right, so let me look up this new trailer. This new trailer. No Time to Die, trailer 2. All right. Let me zoom it in here. And now let me officially start the screen share so that you guys can see it. All right, here we go. Let me turn up the volume. And let's go ahead and go over and watch this trailer. That's so epic.
The past isn't dead.
Whoa, look at that imagery. Whoa. Did you just see that shot? Look at that shot of them walking down the building in the sunset. Bro, that's freaking incredible. Oh my goodness, I love that. That's visually amazing.
James, fate draws us back together. Now your enemy is my enemy.
His name is Safin.
And what does he want?
Rami Malek.
Revenge.
Bro, these visuals, man. Look at that. That's just, oh my goodness, that's incredible.
Revenge.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
You can imagine why I've come back to play.
There's a young lady in Santiago I want you to meet.
You're late.
When you're ready.
Whoa.
Salute.
I met your new 00. She's a disarming young woman.
I get why you shot him. Yeah, well, everyone tries at least once.
That score, man. No.
James Bond.
These visuals, man. This film visually looks incredible, but let's finish this trailer. And for anyone just joining, this is my live reaction to the new trailer number 2 for No Time to Die. I have not seen it, so this is a genuine reaction.
We both eradicate people to make the world a better place. I just want to be a little tidier.
Come on, Bond. Where the hell are you?
Whoa!
You have a flying artist.
Nope.
Man.
From bad, villains from heroes these days.
What is it?
You don't know what this is. He's going to kill millions.
If we don't do this, there will be nothing left to save.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, we need to talk about this right now. First, I have something to ask of you guys. Can you hear that? Did you hear the trailer? Because I want to make sure it was also sharing my audio. Want to make sure it was doing that. Wow. That, oh my, so many good trailers with the Batman and now with No Time to Die. Just, give me a second. Oh, wow. That looks incredible. Oh my goodness. You can? Okay, good. I want to make sure. Wow. Okay, the biggest thing here is the visuals for me. Visually, this film looks incredible. And here's the thing, Daniel Craig doesn't like playing James Bond, and yet he's the best James Bond we've ever had. So, like, I don't know, like, that's just always been a curious situation to me. But this film looks amazing. I really hope it doesn't let me down. I hope I have time to review all of the Daniel Craig Bond films before this film comes out. But if I don't, you know, that's cool. I still, like, they're the Daniel Craig Bond movies. I'm still going to review them at some point on my channel because I just have to. But I'm extremely excited for this film. Like, the action and everything, the stunt work, it all looks very, very practical. And there were some truly amazing shots in there. In fact, let me share this screen again so that we can go back and look at some of the best shots of that trailer. Let me, no, don't want to do that. All right, there we go. Sorry about all that confusion. All right, so let's go back to some of my favorite shots of this trailer. This shot right here. Here, let me turn down the volume so that it doesn't overtake the stream, because we already watched the trailer, so let me turn down that volume. This shot right here of everyone walking down the building with the sunset in the background, that looks amazing. And then you also have these amazing action set pieces that all look extremely practical. I mean, that just looks amazing. And then you have, you know, just everything here. And I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with the villain in this film with Rami Malek. I'm really curious what they're going to do with that. Once again, some more great visuals right here. Let's move forward a little bit. Yeah, amazing cinematography. But this action sequence right here with her, this actually kind of blew me away. I did not expect that. Right here. Another awesome female lead in a James Bond film. That's amazing. This right here, this looks like a nightclub. Nightclub scenes in movies are always visually incredible, especially in action films, you know, John Wick, Collateral, things like that. Yeah, so again, amazing practical action, amazing sets. Daniel Craig is just so freaking incredible as Bond. Another amazing shot right here, really amazing visuals. And yeah, so overall, and then of course you have a lot of this action, which does look extremely practical, which I'm very, very excited for. I'm really excited to look into the stunt work and everything that they did for this film. But yeah, overall, this film looks incredible. I'm extremely excited for it and really looking forward to it. So yeah, let's hope it's great. Let's really hope it's great. All right, moving on to the next piece of movie news. Fantastic Beasts 3 is set to resume filming in the UK in October. I had no idea they were even making a third Fantastic Beasts film. This was just on the news feed when I was taking these notes. There's not really much to say about it. Apparently, production stopped because of COVID, but it is going to be resuming filming in the UK in October, so that's cool. Oh, here's another piece of news. AMC is opening 70% of their theaters across the US. And if AMC is a worldwide outlet, then it would be worldwide, but I'm kind of iffy on that information. And that includes the theaters in California. So they're reopening the majority of their theaters, which I think is cool. As long as, like, when you go to the theater, you know, you do proper precautions, wear the mask, social distance. You don't want to be spreading anything, but that's cool. Here's the next piece of movie news here. I was actually really kind of surprised to hear a Scream 5 has been announced. A fifth Scream film is currently in production. Now, this is weird because when Scream 4 came out and then Wes Craven passed away, they said they will not make another Scream film with Wes Craven gone now because they don't feel like it would be a proper Scream film without Wes Craven involved. But now, Scream 5 has been officially announced, and this is like a real thing. This isn't just clickbait. Like, this is a real thing that's happening. I'm cautiously optimistic. I am a fan of the Scream franchise. Even the Scream films that are not good, they're still entertaining. Like Scream 3. Scream 1 and 2, I think, are really good horror films. Scream 3 is kind of a guilty pleasure for me. And then Scream 4 I actually thought was good. Like, a lot of people thought it was pretty pointless, but I actually liked Scream 4. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. So Scream 5, it could go both ways. You know, it's the fifth film in a horror franchise, a slasher franchise nonetheless. That has not worked out very well in the past. Oh, crap, I just realized the thing on the screen still says the show will begin shortly. I need to change that to ask anything in the live chat. I need to change that really quick so people aren't confused. All right, there we go. There we go. Ask anything in the live chat. But yeah, so it could really go either way. I don't really have much to say about it other than I'm cautiously optimistic. All right, now this is the thing that happened on August 28th that I have not talked about here on YouTube. However, I have talked about it extensively on Instagram. Chadwick Boseman did pass away on August 28th. He was one of my favorite actors, and I'm going to be doing another video about that. And there's a thing in the scrolling thing at the bottom. If you read that scrolling thing, you will see something that I'm saying about it, that I'm doing about it. It says, Chadwick Boseman tribute clips can be submitted here, and it shows my business email. I will let you guys know what that is about if you don't know yet. But the piece of news that I'm talking about is that the film 42, which stars Chadwick Boseman as Jackie Robinson, is being re-released in theaters to honor the famous actor, which is really cool. I think it's really cool that they're doing that. But now, I do briefly, very briefly, because like I said, I have talked about this extensively on Instagram. Chadwick Boseman was one of my favorite actors, is still one of my favorite actors. Even though he's gone, he's still here. He's still with us. And that thing down in the scrolling thing right here about the Chadwick Boseman tribute clips, I have decided to do a tribute video to Chadwick Boseman, not dwelling on the sad side of it. I want this to be a celebration of this man, to be a celebration of his career and his performances and his work. That's what I want it to be. So the tribute clips that I'm talking about is any one of my viewers, any one of my subscribers, anyone who follows me on Instagram, if you were impacted, or like if Chadwick Boseman impacted you, affected you, or inspired you in any way, all I'm asking is for you to record a minute to a minute and a half long clip of you talking about in what ways he did that and things like that, and just submit it to my email, which is down there in the scrolling bar. Chadwick Boseman tribute clips can be submitted here, Xaybeast@gmail.com. Please do that, because I cannot do this video until I have at least one or two. So please, please do that if he affected you in any way. I really want to honor him. I really do want to bring this tribute to him. And I'm not going to dwell on this too much because, like I said, I have talked about it extensively on my social media accounts. But this is the first time I'm coming out about it here on my YouTube channel. So please do that. It would be a massive help for that video. And remember, it is a celebration of Chadwick Boseman, so try not to focus on the very, very sad side about this. We want to celebrate his career and celebrate the impact he had on people. All right, next up, for movie news, we have, when asked how long he would like to play John Wick, Keanu Reeves responded with, "As far as my legs can take me, as far as the audience wants to go." This is really exciting to me. The fact that Keanu Reeves is willing to play John Wick for as long as people want him to, that's amazing, because I never want him to stop playing John Wick. Like, I do want him to be in other films, and, you know, he was just in Bill and Ted Face the Music. Sorry about that, I need to adjust my chair. He was in Bill and Ted Face the Music, which actually did fairly well. But yeah, it was an interview, and the lady was asking him how long he would like to play John Wick, and he responded with that, which is really cool. John Wick 4 and 5 are filming back to back, so we already have 2 more John Wick films coming, and then Keanu said he is completely ready and, you know, like, on board with doing even more than that, which is really, really cool. That's really amazing. I love the John Wick films. It's probably the best running action franchise that we have in the modern day. And the first John Wick film is one of my favorite action movies of all time. So no pressure or anything, Keanu. But it's really cool that he's completely open to playing the character for as long as people want him to. All right. Unlike with Daniel Craig with Bond, No Time to Die is going to be Daniel Craig's last outing as Bond indefinitely. Like, it's cool that we have a finale coming, you know, but like, I don't want to let him go. Like, I don't want to say goodbye to Daniel Craig's Bond. He's so freaking awesome. All right, next piece of movie news. Robert Downey Jr. has come out and said that he is stepping away from the MCU indefinitely. He may be coming back, but he has said that he is done with that for now. He is going to do a lot of his own work. He is going to be in a lot of more standalone films that aren't really connected to a bigger franchise. There's not really much else to say about that. Robert Downey Jr. just came out and made that information known, which is cool, you know? Like, he's been in this franchise ever since 2008. Like, he's been in this thing for 12 years, right? Yeah, 12 years. That's a pretty big chunk of your life to be involved in just kind of one career path. So I think it's cool that he publicly said that he's stepping away from it for a little bit. I think that's really cool. A lot of people may not like that, but I do. He's an artist, man. I respect that. All right, now we have... Okay, this news really shocked me, and when I heard it, I was just kind of like, what? Here we go. Dwayne Johnson and his entire family, every single person in his family, tested positive for COVID-19 and did not tell anyone until they had fully recovered, because they didn't want people worrying about them. Dwayne Johnson and his entire family tested positive for COVID-19, and they didn't even make that known until after they had all recovered, which, yes, they have all recovered. They're all doing fine. They're all okay. But still, that's, wow. I did not expect that. But yeah, not much else to say there. Next up, we have The Batman has stopped production after Robert Pattinson tested positive for COVID-19. Warner Brothers, a few days ago, said that The Batman had to halt production because a crew member had tested positive for COVID-19, and then it was later revealed that that crew member just so happened to be Robert Pattinson, Batman himself, the main star of the film. So now the crew is quarantining. Robert Pattinson is quarantined right now. And, you know, I think he'll be fine. I think he will be okay. At least I hope he will be okay. Because, you know, as I've already said, I'm extremely excited for that film. But also just, you know, just out of the goodness of my heart, I don't want Robert Pattinson to pass away from COVID-19. So that should be fairly obvious. All right, next up we have John David Washington, the star of Tenet, admits he needs to see the film a few more times to actually be able to explain it. I actually found this pretty funny. The star of Tenet himself still has to see it himself, a few more times in the theater, to for him to fully understand and to fully get it. I thought that was pretty funny because I've heard it's a very confusing film. I've heard that on first watch, it's an enjoyable, really good action movie, and then when you see it for a second time, you start noticing a bunch of things, and it becomes like a masterpiece. So yeah, that's really cool. I still need to see it. I wish theaters were open where I am. All right, next up we have Ryan Reynolds is really pushing for a Deadpool 3 here. He has come out and said that he actually said, and I quote, that the reason the MCU films are suffering right now is because Deadpool is not in them. Yeah, so there's something for you. So he's really pushing for a Deadpool 3. He thinks that it could breathe new life, I guess, which is weird because, I mean, the MCU is doing pretty good. I mean, we had Endgame, and then we had Far From Home, and then a sequel to Far From Home is also coming, so I don't know, but hey, he's really pushing for Deadpool 3. I'm all for it. All right, next up we have Tenet has now taken in 100 million as of yesterday. Yes, as of yesterday, Tenet has grossed a worldwide gross of $100 million, which is really, really cool. I talked about that earlier, so I'm not going to say much about it here. All right, and the last bit of movie news that I have here before we jump into the Q&A segment of the stream is new images of Mank, David Fincher's Citizen Kane film, have been released. Yes, if you did not know, one second. All right, yeah. If you did not know, David Fincher is making a film called Mank, which is a film about the making of Citizen Kane, which is a film that many people say is the greatest film of all time. I have seen it. I think it's an amazing film, but I could never choose a movie as like the greatest film of all time. But it is truly an amazing film, and its influence is still apparent in cinema today. And it's really cool that David Fincher is doing it, especially that David Fincher is doing it. He's really good at these types of films. Like, he also did The Social Network, which was about the making of Facebook and how that came to be. And The Social Network is a freaking just amazing masterpiece of a film. I love The Social Network. Despite what, Mark Zuckerberg has said about inaccuracies, that doesn't change the fact that as a film, as a piece of art, as a film, The Social Network is incredible. And David Fincher directed The Social Network, so now that he's directing another making of film is really exciting to me. I'm really excited to see what he can do with that. So yeah, there were some new images released of it. So let me look up those. I have not seen these images. So let's look this up here. And we will see these images. And unfortunately, the screen share is being kind of crappy right now, so I'm going to share this screen, but I won't be able to go to the actual images window. You guys will still be able to see them. I'm just going to have to zoom in. All right, so let's zoom in here. Not much detail to them. It's just set photos from the film. You got the main stars right there. It is black and white, keeping in time with Citizen Kane. There's not much really to discuss here, except from the fact that it's really cool that David Fincher is tackling this project. So let's see. Yep, you got some set photos, and I mean, there's really not much else to say about it. But it's really cool that he's making a film about the making of Citizen Kane, because we have had films like that before. We had a film called The Disaster Artist, which is also an incredible film and is on Netflix. Watch The Disaster Artist if you haven't. That film was entirely about the making of what many people consider to be the worst film of all time, The Room. The Disaster Artist is the true story of Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero and their friendship and how that grew, and their making of The Room. And Tommy Wiseau has come out and said that that film is like 99.9% accurate to the actual events, which is really cool. But then again, can you really take anything Tommy Wiseau says in complete truth? I don't know. All right, so with that out of the way, we can just go ahead and get into the Q&A here. So throw in your questions. Yeah, this has been a much better episode than yesterday. with that late night experiment that I did. Once again, this is the official episode 8 of the Xaybeast live show. So this is now the Q&A segment of the stream. All right. Mr. Movie says, also a film called Hitchcock was about the making of Psycho. Really? What? I don't think I've heard of that film. Let me look this up. Let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen. Let's look this up. Let's go to Google. Dr. Google. All right. Movie about Alfred Hitchcock. 1 second. Let me pull up the stream on my phone so that I can see if it's lagging or anything like that. All right, here we go. Movie about Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, it's just called Hitchcock, and it came out in 2012. Hitchcock is a 2012 American biographical drama romance film directed by Sasha Gervasi and based on Stephen Robello's 1990 nonfiction book Alfred Hitchcock and the Making of Psycho. Wow, I have not seen this film. I had no idea this existed. Where's this thing available to watch? Let me look. All right, so it's not available on subscription, but it's available on Amazon for $3.99. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. Thanks for telling me about that. Because Psycho is one of my favorite movies of all time, and so seeing a film about the making of that is that would be amazing. Wow, thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna have to add that to the watch list. All right, so now we are officially in the Q&A segment of the stream. Let me put a comment in here. Live Q and live Q&A. Ask anything in the chat. Now let me make sure I spelled that right. No, I did not spell that right. My phone was blocking the thing. All right. Ask anything in the chat. So I'm going to comment that just so I can show it on screen. There we go. Live Q&A. Ask anything in the chat. We have it there. Mr. Movie says it wasn't bad. Okay. So it wasn't like a great film, but it wasn't bad. Is that what you're saying? All right. Also, keep in mind, when you ask me a question in the comments, I will be able to show your question on the screen with these banners here. I will be able to show your question so that when people join, they will know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is the official Q&A segment. The final roughly 15 minutes, I completely rely on you guys to ask me questions. Maybe there's a movie you're wondering how I feel about it. Maybe there's a video you want to do, especially that. Please leave some video recommendations for videos you would want me to do. Mr. Movie asks, did you see Memento? I did see Memento. Memento is one of my favorite Nolan films. That film is just incredible. The non-linear storytelling of that film is amazing. Guy Pearce is an incredible actor. He does not get enough work or recognition for Memento because it is probably his best film. I love the storytelling in Memento. I love how that movie is told and the way they went about telling that story. It's a genius film, one of the best written films of all time. I love Memento. But yeah, video recommendations, any questions, just anything you guys have like that, please, because in order to build my viewership, I need to give things that you guys want. You know, like I want to be able to give you the content you want. Like I'll still make the content that I want to make, obviously. Like I'll still, like if I see a movie and I really love it or I really hate it, or like if I see a new film, I'm going to review it just because that's what my channel is about, pretty much. But I also want to know what kind of content you guys want and what videos you would want me to do. So please leave some recommendations for that. Yeah. Yep. Or, you know, just any questions. And here's the thing, since my channel is a film channel, a lot of times on the live streams, people only ask me movie questions. But I'm also completely open to you guys getting to know me as a person better. So if you have any personal questions, I will answer them, depending on what kind of personal questions. We don't want to get into past demons. So yeah, now is the time when I rely on the viewers. We have 10 minutes left, so lay it on me, people. I mean, we only have 2 viewers right now, but it's funny. We had 4 viewers last night, and that somehow that stream went a lot worse than this one. This one is actually going a lot better. But you, Mr. Movie, are extremely good at keeping a conversation going, so I thank you for that. We have 2 people in here, but only Mr. Movie has been commenting, so I'm not entirely sure what the deal is. Or maybe the other person just is like a family member or something. But yeah. I don't want to remain in silence waiting for questions. So I need to find something else to talk about quick. This was posted kind of a while back, but my first official short film is now streaming on my YouTube channel. It is about roughly 4 to 5 minutes long. And yeah, I put a lot of work into it, so go over there and check that out if you guys want to. We have another question here from Mr. Movie. Hold on, let me... One second, I'm seeing your question show up on the live chat on the phone. Alright, here it is. Have you seen Moneyball? I have not seen Moneyball. That's the Brad Pitt movie, right? But I haven't seen Moneyball. However, I have heard that it is an amazing film. Mr. Movie says, good job on the short film. Thank you a lot, man. It was actually a lot of fun to make. We had a lot of fun doing some of those visual things. And I still want to do a director's audio commentary of it and upload that to my YouTube channel. But thank you, man. I really did put a lot of work into that film. I can definitely do better, and I'm currently writing a script for something else that has kind of been bouncing around in my head for a long time, and I've decided that I really want to do it, so I'm working on that. But thank you, man. And once again, no, I have not seen Moneyball. However, I have heard that it is a great film. All right, we have 7 minutes left. This episode has actually been going pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah. See, here's the thing about the final 10 minutes. The final 10 minutes of these shows are usually either the best part of the stream or the worst part of the stream. The times when they're the best part of the stream is when there's enough people watching to consistently ask questions, and we get good discussions going. And then the times when they're the worst part of the stream is when there's hardly anyone watching, and I just kind of sit here in silence waiting for waiting for people to join and watch, or ask questions and things like that. But yeah, so who knows? Maybe maybe the rest of the stream will just be me sitting here, which is cool. This is also the second time that I'm using this new format with the banners on the screen and the little watermark up there, because I'm using StreamYard. But it's cool being able to have my logo on stream like that, and yeah. Another question: did you see Da 5 Bloods on Netflix? I have not seen Da 5 Bloods. I really, really want to, especially because of the fact that it has Chadwick Boseman in it, and he did recently pass away. And it's directed by Spike Lee. So I have not seen Da 5 Bloods, but I will check it out when I get a chance. Okay, the live chat on my phone updates sooner than the chat here in the studio thing. Mr. Movie says, I was thinking of watching Da 5 Bloods tonight. Well, that's cool. I hope you will review it. I would be curious to know your thoughts. What Spike Lee films have I seen? Let me look at his filmography. All right, Spike Lee films I have seen. I have seen Black Klansman. I have seen Old Boy. I have seen... Black Klansman, Old Boy. Here, let me go to good old Wikipedia. All right. Yeah, I guess it's only those two. Yeah. Yeah, the only two Spike Lee films that I've seen are Black Klansman and Old Boy. I thought he directed Snatch. Didn't he direct Snatch, or am I thinking of someone else? Whoever did The Gentleman. Whoever did the movie The Gentleman also did Snatch. But yeah. For anyone just joining, this is towards the end of the stream. This is the Q&A segment of the stream where you guys can ask me anything, movie questions, personal questions, anything like that. We have 3 minutes left, so throw all the questions in. I don't want to miss anything. Do the Right Thing and Malcolm X must watch. I have not seen, I have not seen Malcolm X either. I really need to catch up on the Spike Lee films, man. Snatch was Guy Ritchie. Yes, Guy Ritchie. That's who I was thinking of. Guy Ritchie did Snatch and The Gentleman, which I have seen Snatch. I have not seen The Gentleman, but I really want to see The Gentleman. All right, I'm going to copy and paste my comment here that is currently showing on screen because I don't want to have to scroll back up in the chat to have to click on it again. So I just want to have a fresh one here. There we go. All right. Renewed. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes left, so get in your final questions, thoughts, opinions, comments, concerns, video recommendations. Please leave some video recommendations before the stream ends. I really need it, because, I have content that I want to do, but I need to fill up my schedule a little bit more if I want to stay consistent. So please do that. But while you guys are doing that, I am going to start wrapping up the stream. This was the official episode 8 of Xaybeast Live. I apologize for not having my signature background and everything. That's because I'm visiting some family out of town right now, but I still wanted to do this live show for you guys, and I'm really enjoying this new format with the banners and the logos and the scrolling banner down there at the bottom of the screen. Really cool stuff. I had a lot of fun talking with you guys. Yeah. It was really cool. This was a really good episode, I feel like we had some good discussions, and I'm definitely going to be doing the movie news thing on a consistent basis. On a very consistent basis. All right. So the live chat, like I said, on my phone is updating sooner than it is in my live stream studio here. So I will be able to read your question before it actually shows up on the thing. All right. Oh, well, it just showed up. So there it is. You should make a video about your favorite Christopher Nolan films. I do want to make a video ranking all of Christopher Nolan's films, because with Tenet, he has made 11 films. I still need to see Tenet. But I've seen all of his other films. And so once I see Tenet, I will do an 11 film ranking of all the Christopher Nolan films. When I see Tenet. Man, I really need to see Tenet. But yeah, that's a great video suggestion. And maybe aside from a ranking, I can also just do like top 5 favorite Christopher Nolan films. All right, well, we got one video recommendation here, and we are officially at an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and officially wrap up this episode of Xaybeast Live. Do not ask any more questions because I do not want to miss anything. So yeah, that officially wraps up this episode of Xaybeast Live. This was episode 8. Yeah, let me know what you think and things like that. Mr. Movie says bye. Well, bye, man. Thank you for watching. And the 2 other people who are watching this stream, it says 3 people are watching. Mr. Movie has been the only one commenting, but to the other 2 people who are watching this, thanks so much for watching. Yeah, so that was episode 8 of Xaybeast Live. It went very well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It really does mean a lot. I will see you in the next video. And until then, keep writing, keep